What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another episode. SB Toys here. This your boy SB. First things first, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you're watching me on your desktop computer or laptop, should be a icon here in the lower right hand corner. You can go ahead and click on and subscribe to the channel, or at the end I'll have a button you can click on and you can subscribe to the channel as well. And if not already, after the end of this video, I always tell you to check out the videos before I give you the actual presentation on this video you're watching. I don't know why I do that. That's really a YouTube no-no. So I'm going to tell you, after you watch this video, go check out the other videos on my channel. And like those, comment on them, share them with your friends, and tell them to come subscribe to my channel as well and come see me. Because I got some figures on here that they probably like as well. So anyway, we're doing something a little different today. I know I've been doing a lot of Marvel Legends lately as far as reviews and the DC figures. But some of you may know, some of you don't know, my second favorite thing as far as figures and in general is wrestling. I grew up watching the WCW Nitros, and I got a little older, got into the Raws and SmackDowns. So I've always been a fan of the wrestling business, especially the WWE as it is now. Back then, of course, we called it the WWF. But I still collect figures from the line as well. So today we're covering this WWE Mattel Elite Flashback Shawn Michaels figure here. The DX Shawn Michaels, as a lot of people have referred to him, who collect wrestling figures. And this is also a Walgreens exclusive for those that may not be aware of that. So if you have a Walgreens in your area and you're looking for a Shawn Michaels, or, well, yeah, if you have a Walgreens in the area and you've been looking for this figure, go ahead and give them a check, because that's where you'll probably be able to find them. Now, if you're looking at it right now, we got the box spinning around. He's still in the package. I've not took him out yet. I wanted to let y'all see what the package looks like. Standard WWE packaging. They've kind of updated their packaging a little bit, I believe. You got this side profile of him. You have the front here where you got the figure. You can see he comes with some accessories. His name includes entrance shirt and baseball hat. You got Shawn Michaels again on the side here. And then when we get to the back, you get a little details on him. You get a more full-on picture. Shawn Michaels. They give you his stats, weight, height, signature move, location he's from, San Antonio, Texas, highlights, all type of things. So anyway, I've been a big fan of these Mattel Elite wrestling figures. And that's the main things I collect. I don't really mess with the basic ones too much. Those are clearly for little kids to play with. So anyway, we're not going to get too much into talking about the differences. We're going to go ahead and get into the review of this figure. So I'm going to go ahead, take them out the box. We're going to go over them. We just pulled them out the box, and so far, definitely pretty decent figure here. Don't really notice too much complaints off the bat. Can't really think of anything that stands out directly. Right here on his left side here, his shoulder, it was a little hard at first to kind of get in motion. The joints was a little tight coming out the box. Of course, could be with any type of figure. When you first pull them out the box, the joints have been tight sitting there, so you just have to loosen them up a bit. Doesn't really take away from the figure here. Pretty nice sculpt. Definitely like the head scan. Sometimes WWE, especially the WWE Mattel figures, sometimes it's hit or miss with the head scans. Shawn Michaels here, looks like they got a pretty good head scan on them. So, can't complain too much about that. I do like the head scan. It does look like Shawn Michaels in the figure version. It's got a little hair sculpt here. Got his little ponytail. This is supposed to be a model after him in his later DX years, the reincarnated version, the more family friendly version. Some of you may be familiar with that era, some of you may not. But this is what this figure is based off of, the later years of the DX 2.0 reincarnation. Comes with some accessories here. He comes with his DX shirt, and you just slide that over him. Fits on there pretty good, which I'll probably display him with this. Sort of in this setup. Even though it fits on him a little funny there, a little bit. Kind of covering up his chin a little bit. Try to pull that down, the back extends. He also came with this DX hat, which I don't really recall outside for the documentaries where, he's behind the scenes outside the wrestling ring doing his normal life. I don't really remember seeing Shawn Michaels wear wrestling hats to the ring. But that could just be me missing out on a few episodes or something. When this figure, the DX era this figure is modeled after, I did kind of have a little short stint fallout with keeping up with the wrestling like I have been lately, thanks to the network. So I probably could have missed some key details there as far as why they have this DX hat for Shawn Michaels. But I'll probably just have him displayed with the shirt. But anyway, that comes off. Then you can just rock him full out, ready to go in ring battle mode. So let's go ahead and give him a measurement here. This DX Shawn we are looking at, he is a little... You're looking about right around close to 6 3/4 here. So he's a standard figure height, more like the 6 to 7 inch range. Your Marvel Legends, DC icons, all those. So if you collect wrestling figures and those other lines of figures as well, and like to pose them all together, they're all relatively in the same scale. So you shouldn't have any problem with one towering above the other or anything like that. Let's get into some of this articulation we got going on here. Start at the head. Got his head turned. You can turn sideways. Looks like we can get the exorcism. Yes, we can. And you got looks like a little slight tilting side to side as well. Front to back, you can tilt his head down a little bit. If you want to tilt it up or tilt it back up, there's really not too much range to work with. You just have forward head tilting. Get over here to his arms. Stand the shoulder joint. Do full motion going forward. Extend it out. Bicep turn here. Also point out he's got his trademark tattoo. Of course, the coloring I don't believe is exactly like that. But you have the bicep turn here. You have a single jointed elbow. And wrist here. Have your wrist swivel. Now if we get to the midsection here, he does have an ab crunch. So you can send him forward. He's got a little motion forward. Coming back. He's got a little bit of range back. So he's got a medium amount of range. Nothing too extreme or too limited. Has hip swivel as well. We get down to his legs. Standard ball joint on the legs. As you can see, you can extend out to the side, which is a good thing. Since it's Shawn Michaels, he's known for giving the sweet chin music. So you would want to extend that sideways. Going forward, it's got a nice little range of extending forward. Going back, not so much. Also has a little swivel here. Even though it's kind of tight, it's tricky. He has a little thigh swivel as well. Double jointed knees. And he has small amount of ankle pivot ankle tilt going forward and backward, and then of course he's got ankle pivot as well. So overall, pretty nice sculpt at least. Head scan is on point. And there is some minor things I am noticing as far as this figure, which could be a bad thing. It's personal preference. Definitely, I'm noticing here with doing with the thigh swivel, it interferes a lot with trying to do the thigh swivel. Interferes a lot with his hip ball jointed. So when you try to turn it, it also turns the leg as well. So setting that up to try to pose him could be a little timely process. So when you do his little, as you see his double jointed knee, he has this little joint here where you have this little blocky area. So depending on if you want to pose him, getting a little tongue tied tonight. Yeah, excuse me, I just did 2 other reviews, which you may have watched already. But anyway, the double jointed knee, you position him like that as you're posing him with his knees slightly bent. You have this little blocky area here, which could be a little distracting. I know I'm getting to a little technical stuff, but these are things you have to point out. And so that could be an issue for somebody who's trying to pose his figure. May want to pose the Shawn Michaels with a slightly bent knee, and you have this little bulky area here from the double jointed knee, which is probably sculpted like that for his loose pants that he wears when he has his wrestling attire on. Overall, pretty good figure. Perfect build for Shawn Michaels. Not super buff type. Shawn Michaels was never a super swole meathead. I do notice a little paint scuff here around the chest. It might just be my figure, so I'm not going to hold it against the WWE Mattel line. But it's pretty good. All you Shawn Michael fans out there, this may be something you want to add to your collection. Alright, so I hope y'all enjoyed the review. Like I said, this is a little different. I know a lot of my other reviews have been superheroes, comic book heroes and stuff. So I had to hit you something a little different today for all my wrestling figure collectors out there. I also collect those with you as well. So hope y'all enjoyed the review of this DX Shawn Michaels WWE Elite Flashback collection. Walgreens exclusive. Of course, if you don't have Walgreens near you, or you've been going through numerous Walgreens looking for a Shawn Michaels and haven't had luck finding this Shawn Michaels figure, you can try the eBay route, depending on how much willpower or how much you're into figure hunting, a popular thing out there to do. If you're not too fond of doing all of that, you can try to go online, see if you can find it there. Can't guarantee you'll be paying the same price as you would if you found it at Walgreens, but at least you would know that you would get the figure. You wouldn't have to worry about wondering if you could find it. So you just have to pick and choose the scenarios, pros and cons. Anyway, this is overall a good figure. Of course, I pointed out just a few things as far as the thigh swivel be a little complicated sometimes to configure when trying to pose him. And of course, the little weird bulginess there when you do his double jointed knee pose. When you slightly bend it a little bit, you have that extra access. But overall, looking at him, he's a very impressive figure. Posing him just for display, which I'll be doing. I'm not going to be giving him any heavy play. This is a nice figure here. Comes with a nice range of accessories. Got the t-shirt, hat. Of course, I think he looks better without the hat, so I'll probably be rocking him without that. But with all these WWE Mattel Elite figure lines, they're pretty good as far as the build scope to them. I like collecting them. There's a few more I plan on copying as well, so stay tuned for video reviews on them coming soon too, on showcase videos. But anyway, that's it as much as far as this video review on the DX Shawn Michaels here. So I invite you to go ahead, like this video, comment on it. If you have the Shawn Michaels as well, or if you have other WWE Mattel Elite Shawn Michaels figures that you prefer over this one, shoot, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Also, be sure to click the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for other videos I post. And also, you'll be able to go back and look at the other videos that I have posted and checked out. So then, with that being said, also, I'm on Instagram. For those of you who are on Instagram, you can follow me at SB Toys. I'm heavily active on there as well. I post preview videos to figures that I'm gonna feature on the channel. Do a little toy photography. I've got into that, setting up action figures and doing little scene setups and things like that. So that's a little fun thing to do. So I do that, and I've shared some of my work that I've done on there as well, and give you a little behind the scenes of before I prep for some of these shoots for the videos on the channel. Anyway, with that being said, subscribe. After you finish this video, go check out the other videos as well. I have. Matter of fact, speaking of, since we're covering the Shawn Michaels wrestling figure here, I do have a section of other wrestling figures in my collection that I did a showcase video for. I didn't really do a review on, but I have other figures you can look on there as well for all my wrestling figure collectors out there. So do that. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Y'all be easy. I'm out.